How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. I'm Alan Staley, and this is Slinging Dirt with Staley. On this week's all-new episode, I'm lucky enough to be joined by the reigning, defending, and youngest ever Power I Lucas Oil War Sprint League champion from Warsaw, Missouri, Riley Kreisel. Kreisel, like many other local legends, cut his teeth running countless circuits at the infamous Sweet Springs Motorplex in various micro classes, progressing quickly through the full-size open-wheel ranks and running with the Power I War Sprints, various other non-wing sanctions, as well as sometimes winging it on a Sunday night at Double X Speedway, driving the Advantech Dyno Services, Smith Motorsports, Kreisel Family Racing, Certainty, Truman Lake Marine and Motorsports, Reinhardt Express, Kreisel Farms, WeatherTech Renovations, Engine Connection 410 Racing Engine, Triple X Chassis, number 90 in a non-wing, 91 with a wing. Riley's already garnered 4 heat race wins, a High Point Qualifier Award, 1 feature victory at Valley Speedway, 4 top 5s and 7 top 10s in his 10 feature starts in 2019 War Series racing, currently sitting second in season standings, only 6 points out of the top spot. With a little less than half the season to go, Riley seems primed and ready for a potential repeat championship run. With the right blend of humility, intelligence, and confidence, Kreisel opens up about the importance of surrounding yourself with a core group of like-minded people and how family remains a common theme throughout everything. Riley also hints at the value of having and sticking to a plan, why he's at peace in staging, plus his very eclectic taste in music, and what some might deem as a controversial Mount Rushmore of racing. All that and more on an all-new, recorded on the infield of Knoxville, Slinging Dirt with Staley, special guest Riley Kreisel, starting right about now.
I was only a few months old when my mom took me to the Tulsa Shootout. I've been to the Tulsa Shootout pretty much every year of my life. I've missed the last couple, but that's how I got introduced. My dad was racing when I was born, so I was taken to the racetracks, and my mom would just watch me for my whole time. I think I was 7 whenever I started running the junior sprint at Sweet Springs. Just my dad thought he wanted to see if I liked it, if I wanted to do it, and I just loved it ever since.
I was going to say, obviously it's something that you like doing and you see yourself doing it for the future. How long do you see this continuing?
I hope for a long time. Something drastic happens or something terrible happens that, you can't control that. But
right.
I hope for a long time, as long as I'm healthy.
And where do you see it progressing towards? Are you having asphalt aspirations? Is it mainly dirt? Is it wherever the sponsorship takes you?
Yeah, it's just kind of whatever we can afford to do or whatever opportunity presents itself. Really, to me, having a plan is as bad as not having a plan. So, some things fall together, some things fall apart. You never really know. So I try not to get my hopes up. I just kind of roll with the flow a little bit, and whatever happens, happens.
I like that mindset. What's a typical race day like? Is there any nerves?
I'd be lying if I said there was no nerves, but really, knowing that I did it last year and I haven't changed enough to not be able to do it this year. Actually, we've even stepped up our program more. The competition gets tougher every year, so you can't take that away from those guys. They're all really good. Being a back-to-back champion would be really cool to be the first one. And, anybody would be lying if they said it wouldn't be cool. But at the same time, racing's racing. It's fun to do. If it wasn't fun, we wouldn't be doing it. So, to me, my race day, it's pretty laid back. I try to work hard in the shop all week, so I don't have to do much on race day. I like to sleep in a little bit later and kind of stay cool and hydrated. And I'm blessed to be able to have enough people help me that I don't have to do a lot on race day. I think that takes away from some guys, that can't be able to do that and they have to work on their stuff on race day. I like to get it done in the shop. I take every day, all night in the shop, get it done before I get here. So
if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Right. I work in my shop every day, all day, most of the time it's by myself, just working on my race cars, getting them ready, making sure that Rick's stuff is presented well and just everything's looking good and ready to go.
Defending champion. What's that mean to you?
It's pretty cool to be a champion in general. With how much War has gained, I think it's pretty cool.
What went into everything that you had to do to accomplish what you did last season?
Consistency. That was the biggest thing. Preparation and consistency. A lot of long nights in the shop. Just in general, just long days, long nights.
What's the biggest thing you attribute to your success? Because let's face it, success and your name synonymous.
Recently, it's been Rick and Deb Smith, but from the beginning, it's been my dad and my uncle Stan. If they wouldn't have gotten into racing, I wouldn't be in racing. So, for sure, them. Jack Hockett has been an awesome dude to be able to talk to, and just all of those people. Every one of my sponsors that have been behind me.
Any rituals or superstitions that you have? Is there something that you have to do, and then on the flip side, is there something that you have to avoid?
No, not really. I like to listen to music on race day. It kind of calms me down a little bit.
Time out. What music?
Just general music.
Any specific song or anything like that? She's nodding her head. Yeah, there is a song.
Me and my crew guy Braden Renfro, we have a playlist. Got Laura Del Rey and Billie Eilish on it. It's just kind of some calm music that we like to listen to. It's just
interesting.
It's a little different than what more people listen to, but it's the same 8 songs.
Same 8 songs over and over again.
If you trailer, it's playing. I guarantee you.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Bad Guy, Billie Eilish. Yeah. Is there like a? Because those are pretty bad songs to begin with. But is there like a song where if I was to see it on your playlist, I'd be like, dude, why are you listening to that?
Summertime Sadness for sure.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
I know.
Lana Del Rey or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one. That's people are like, what are you doing? That's my song, man. When it comes on, it's time to stop working.
Time to crank it up.
Yeah.
Let's go to the staging area. Your helmet's on, belts are tight, you're getting ready, gloves on, getting ready to take the track. What's going through your mind?
Depending on the racetrack, some places you can see the racetrack, some places you can't. Like Lake Ozark, you can't see the race cars really well, but here you can see them going to one really nice. I don't like people talking to me while I'm in staging. It kind of fogs my brain a little bit. And
it distracts me.
I don't like it, but I like to be able to watch a racetrack a little bit, see some race cars, see what they're doing. Not so that I can change what I'm doing, but I know that a lot of people are probably watching them changing what they're doing. So I just like to study what other people are doing, how their race car reacts maybe. So after my race, I'd say, I'm kind of doing the same thing, and just really better myself in studying them.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but to me, you seem like a very analytical person, very intelligent, and everything has to be thought out. Doesn't that kind of get in the way out there on the track? Is it? Do you go into it with a plan, or is it just reaction?
So it just kind of depends on the racetrack. Like here you have to have a plan. Big racetracks, you have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're not going to do very well. My dad's always taught me to just think in a race car. Don't just react. So my thing is to have a plan, to know what I want to do, and to go accomplish it. Short tracks, you get on some really tight bull rings, and you do have to react more than you can think because they're short. But the longer you race, I think the easier it gets to become thinking in a race car.
Almost second nature for you.
If I had a guy tell me yesterday, if you feel like you're going slow, you're probably setting the world on fire. So the slower you're going, the slower you feel like you're going, the faster you probably are because you're thinking about it and you can react. And I like to think a lot in a race car. It betters my feedback to my guys to help me make the race car better.
But on that though, is there any what I call paralysis by analysis, where you're overthinking and you miss your opportunity?
Yeah, I have had that problem overthinking a few times, but you have to see the limit to not go over the limit. So I like to, like in hot laps, I like to push really hard and see if I can see. Honestly, sometimes if I can spin the race car out, so I know what it takes, what it doesn't take, get it out of the way. Say, but no, you do have to find the limit to not go over the limit. So sometimes, I do overthink it, but I can tell when I am overthinking it.
So you know yourself just as much as you know your car.
Right. Yep.
And now, do you take the aspect of the car as just an extension of you out there on the track, to where you can do anything you want? If that car's set up perfect, is there anything you can't do in a car?
I like to believe there's not. There's probably some things that I can't do, even if the race car is perfect. But no, every race car is different. You got to make the race car happy before you can make yourself happy. So I've got 2 different race cars, and they take 2 different things. Both non-wing cars, but they still react differently to different things. So you have to know what your race car wants, and then you can better yourself in that race car.
Now you kind of throw me for a loop, because you get in the wing car, the number changes. You get in the non-wing car, it's a different. Why the numbers, and why the number change between the wing and the non-wing?
So the non-wing car is a partial thing between Smith Motorsports and Kreisel Racing. So we're both partner owners in the thing. So the wing car is primarily my dad and I's deal, with the exception this year of the motors from Jack Hockett and the Hockett family. We heard our motor last year and thought we had it fixed for the beginning of this year, and as it turns out, we didn't. So, we actually wouldn't have the wing car without the Hockett family letting us run their motor. But no, the number changed. When my dad ran sprint cars, that was his number, and whenever we decided to have our own sprint car, I wanted to do that for him. He had mentioned it, and he's not one to just tell you that that's what he wants to do, but I knew that he wanted to do it, so that's what we did. And
kind of a way to honor your dad in that sense.
So that he felt to be even more a part of it.
Any fear?
No, not really. I really don't have many fears. No.
Not even off the track? Not like scared of snakes or spiders or nothing like that? Really. I hate wasps. Wasp and bees.
I'm allergic to wasps, so
you're right
they
there
don't terrify me, but I'm not going to
avoid them at all costs, yeah. Where's the motivation come from? Why do this?
To be honest with you, there really isn't anything else I'd rather be doing. I really didn't have many friends in high school or throughout school because I wasn't around. I didn't go to football games or do any of that stuff that everybody else does as a kid. I was at home with my dad working on race cars. So to me, there really isn't anything else I'd rather do. Winning is when you win a race and you know that all that work paid off, or even coming out here to Knoxville and making the AMA, and you're like, oh, it's not what we wanted, but I think like right now we're sitting 19th in the points, 2 points out of being locked into the A, so a solid night tonight, and it'd all be worth it. So, no, I mean, there are a lot of hours in the shop, and you have to be dedicated. I've slacked a little bit the last couple of weeks and made some bonehead mistakes, but that's how you learn, and we're getting better at it. The more help you have, the easier it becomes, but at the same time, the less you can learn. So the more you can do yourself, the more you learn, and it's hard work and dedication, but I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Is there anything that racing taught you or that you learned and picked up from the community that you implement into your everyday life?
The biggest thing is hard work and dedication.
It pays off.
It pays off. You put in the work. It shows itself in the end, and that's really the biggest thing.
Is there anything like that first win?
No, there's nothing like it. It's pretty cool. I think it's something that everybody will remember for the rest of their lives. You might win some pretty big crown jewel events, but the first one, no matter whether it's at your weekly racetrack or, it really doesn't matter if there's 3 race cars or
it's always going to hold that.
It's just going to be pretty cool.
Yeah. Has there ever been like a point where you questioned it?
Not really. I've had some pretty big and pretty scary accidents, but it just makes you want to get back in it and just do it again. You just want to knock that out of your head and go to the next one. And that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of people that either get scared of racing or don't want to do it, they probably had an accident and they just they can't get it out of their head. The biggest thing is it's a new night. Not worry about it.
Top or bottom? Which you prefer?
I mean, it depends. The bottom takes a lot of patience, and I'm honestly not the best at running the bottom. I can if I need to. The top's tricky. It's not everybody can do it, and I pride myself in being really good at it. So for me, I like the top a lot, but if I need to run the bottom, I still can.
Kind of been known as a wall banger every once in a while.
Sometimes you got to be a little wild, but sell t-shirts.
Side job at crossover. Coming to the checkers, all 4. How you want to win?
You want to win no matter what, so whatever you got to do. But no, I don't know. I think the crossover is pretty cool because the person thinks that they beat you, and you just kind of show them that they can't beat you.
Anybody that you want to give a special shout out to? Give them thanks for helping your racing career.
Rick and Debbie Smith, man, they were talking to my dad before I even knew that they were even interested in me running a sprint car. And,
so it was in the works long before?
Yeah, before I even knew about it. And they wanted to put me in it a few years before my dad and my mom would even let them. So, they've been behind me more than I even knew about. So, them for sure. My mom and dad, my sister, man, she takes off school and does all kinds of stuff that she doesn't want to do just for us to go racing. And my uncle Stan, we break something, he fabs something up and fixes it for us. And my girlfriend Nicole goes with us everywhere, runs my social media accounts, and just keeps us on track. And WeatherTech Renovations, man, we haven't really had many big sponsors, and they've helped us a ton, just from getting up and down the road, tires, fuel, just everything. they're awesome. The Dickmeyers, they go they said this year, well, we might not be able to make every race, and so far they've been at almost every race. So that's pretty cool to have the support of those kind of people. Human Lake Marine and Power Sports, they're a local group, and they're really cool people. They get a kick out of racing, but no, it's cool to see these people that either didn't know about racing or just had never been get a kick out of watching me do what I love to do.
People of Hollywood are calling. They're making the Riley Kreisel movie. Who plays you?
Yeah, I don't know. I never thought about it. I don't know. I like to think I'm kind of a Tom Cruise kind of guy. I love his movies.
Yeah, it's
and
kind of hard.
He's just an overall badass.
Yeah, he is.
I mean,
I can't
beat it.
I can't argue with you on that
can't beat
fact.
it.
No. If you could have like a dream ride, is it NASCAR? Is it World of Outlaws? Is it Power I War? USAC? Anything? Anything specific or?
You know, a dream would be IndyCar. I love like the road racing kind of stuff. That would be badass. But
really, did not take you as an Indy fan.
I just seem, like I get distracted and bored pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I really don't know if I do well in NASCAR. It would take a lot for me to concentrate that long. IndyCar, everything's happening, something's happening all the time. That'd be kind of cool.
They throw in a right-hand turn for flair.
Yeah, you don't even know. Like, you're overturning right now.
Yep.
No, that would be a dream of mine. I think reality, I'd love to run dirt sprint cars. That would be badass. I think it could be done. It's just a matter of time and supporters and finding the right people.
Let's look 5 years in the future. What would you like to have accomplished by then?
Man, I'd just like to get more wins under my belt. Hopefully another World Championship. That'd be awesome. I'd like to be in Indy running sprint cars. That would be a 5-year goal of mine. By that time, I'd love to be out there running sprint cars with the best of the best.
Get a shot there and just do it every single day, basically. Yep. I can't argue with that.
Just pretty much move everything I already do out there.
Yeah, there you go. And I've heard kind of rumors, you know how rumors get started, but did I hear right that you guys built your toter?
Yeah. My dad, my uncle, they built our toter. They built the toter. They built a couple trailers, and they built a stacker trailer when we were running micros, and we got rid of it. Actually, got rid of it as soon as we started getting into major racing. About the time we actually could have used it.
Mm-hmm.
But now just wrong time, But they, my dad and Stanley, my dad's an engineer and Stanley's a fabricator, so Dad draws it up, and Stanley makes it come to life. So we try to do everything we can, pinch some pennies.
Mm-hmm.
We're not overly rich, or some people. I've heard rumors of people saying that we've got more and we don't work hard, but it's actually the opposite. We don't have a lot and we work even harder. So, it makes it even more special.
Does that give you extra motivation? Because I see you and your family at the racetrack, how close you guys are, always working together, laughing, having a good time, and it's awesome to see from an outsider's perspective, and I'm sure it's even better to be from the inside. Does it give you extra motivation, though, to try to give everything that you can, or would you do that regardless?
I'd do it regardless. Whoever, that's what we do, whoever I was racing for, but to do it for my family, it means even more. And Rick and Debbie and the Dickmeyers, they've all become family. Renfro, he's like a brother to me. I get to be with him a lot, and we've learned a lot together. So, it makes it special because when you win, your whole family's happy for you. They all want it as bad as you do. So, for them to be able to stand in victory lane with me, it's pretty cool. And I really wouldn't want anybody else there with me.
That's great. And the final question of the show. What is your Mount Rushmore of racing? Like, if you were to pick your top 4 favorite drivers, they don't even have to be the best. It can be dirt, asphalt, IndyCar, Formula One, anything like that. It can be a blend of all of it. If you were to pick your top 4 drivers in your mind, who's your 4 favorite?
Man, I'd have to say probably AJ Foyt, Sammy Swindell. I'm a big Robert Ballou fan. He lives on the edge, and he really doesn't care too much.
No.
The more of that in the sport, I think people say it hurts it, but it really just brings attention to it. No publicity is bad publicity.
Yeah, it don't matter if they're talking good or bad about you.
They're
still
looking
talking.
at it, they're reading it. I'm really a fan of Kevin Thomas Jr. Man, he tells him how it is. He, might not get you everywhere in racing, but people like that. You tell it how it is, and you don't put any sugarcoating on it.
I like that. Well, buddy, that's about all the questions I got for you right now. Give me about 6 months. I'll have a bunch more and get you right back on this show.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
No problem.